Say you're a business savvy. You're looking for a new car for your daily commute. You might think that the 3 Series is a little bit too small for me, a little bit too sporty for me. You might think that the 7 Series is a little bit too big. I don't need a chauffeur. I want to drive by myself. I want to feel that driving pleasure. When you have this is the new BMW 5 Series, codenamed G30. Let's take a look at it, see what it has to offer, drive it around town, and see what we think about it.
Space.
Now I want to take you first to the iconic Sika line over here that crosses along from the front into the rear. I think this is what makes a statement, a bold statement, that it is a true BMW. And as you can see here, the Sika line just goes through the C-pillar and just goes back here. I think it's a very poetic gesture that BMW actually include that. And as you can see, this is a luxury line. And you can see a lot of chrome accents, including with the iconic Hofmeister King over here, which is very, very iconic. Now I want to take you to the front of the car. It's much more poetic in some sense. And you take a look at these headlights over here, a new design language from BMW. It's slimmer, it's sleeker, but in the same time it's also majestic and very, very tempting to look at. And you have these big grills over here that opens and closes automatically. When it needs air, it opens, and when it doesn't need air, it closes. Because this is the real deal right here. I mean, take a look at this L-shaped iconic BMW taillight design. It's pretty sporty, it's pretty agile looking, and also with the chrome trims over there, knowing this is a luxury line. Now, boot space wise, for a mid-sized luxury sedan, this is quite spacious. You have your tethering points over there, and you have a shopping bag hook if you're going to be shopping with this anyway. Here you have your extra compartments in the left and the right here, pretty spacious too, good extra compartment there. And you can fit just any size of luggage in here. It's pretty big, it's pretty spacious. And if you're going to the countryside, if you're taking your golf bag with you, it will just fit just fine. But unfortunately, this model doesn't have a automatic tailgate and also doesn't have a rear folding seat. So to carry long items like skis, you probably might want to rethink about it. Now, when you're inside of the BMW 5 Series, you're greeted with this beautiful concave design steering wheels. I love BMW's new design language here. It feels all homey. It feels like a 7 Series really. And I now understand why it's called the Baby 7 Series, because it feels the same. It looked identical with a very, very good craftsmanship here. And when you start the engine, you are greeted with this beautiful digital instrument cluster in front of you. And you have all of this beautiful trim, this glossy wood trim all around you. But I prefer would be a matte finish wood trim, to be honest. It's finished with a aluminium sills all across the dash here and all across the doors here. First of all, cubby spaces are abundant here. You have a very large glove box in the middle here. You have a very large glove compartment here. You can fit a water bottle in here just fine, and you can keep your wallet in here if you want. And there's a lot of great spaces here. And you also have this very, very large space here. You have a very nice cup holders here, and they include you with this, a cable that can charge your display key over here. You can just put it there and let it charge while you're driving around town. And I might want to point you to this lighting system. Look at this L-shaped design here. It's highly inspired by their taillights, most probably. This curvages here that runs through the LED panels, I think that's just the attention to detail that every car needs these days. And contrast stitching over here. I'm not sure if it's silver or chocolate, but I love this contrast stitching. It's very, very nice. You have a very, very soft materials everywhere you touch. This particular model here comes with the Harman Kardon sound system. Sounds terrific. The air condition here is digital, which is pretty nice considering that it's only an air conditioning system, and it's touchscreen, so you can press menu and it shows a climate comfort options there. Now this is BMW's new iDrive. It has also the gesture control, which you can control your volume up and down, and you can skip your track just by pointing that, or you can customize to your likings. And you have abundance of things here. You have media or radio, and by the way, it's touchscreen. And you can also use of course, the swivel key here. Communication, you can also sync your mobile phone and import your contacts there. And they have BMW Assistant, so if you have a roadside problem, you can actually call from here. And they will direct you to the nearest BMW dealership. And navigation is also handy. I've been using this across town now. There's a split screen functions here where you can put your music album cover here, or you might want to use a compass or a trip computer or anything you want. Very customizable. I want to highlight this particular thing because there's an abundance of things to talk about here. If you go to vehicle settings, and it is my personal favorite, by the way, my personal favorite must be the interior lighting. Okay, I might be a geek of an LED, but this interior lighting, I think it's amazing. The ambient, I think this is what every car should have these days, an ambient light that you can customize. So the color comes in variety of colors. You have bronze, you have orange, you have white, you have green, you have lilac. I love lilac, and it lights up all the way across the dashboard here. Take a look at this. If you see this at night, it looks beautiful. It's just majestically glowing through the side panels here, and it instantly changes your mood. Now, one of the things that I want to point to too is this can be used as a trackpad. So if you put in address, let's say you want to put address here, okay? And you can just, instead of typing, it will actually just mimic your finger here as a touchscreen. I would prefer like using the swivel wheel because it's faster. The BMW 5 Series is equipped with 3 driving modes, which is Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. And while I look about it, it's not just changed the driving behavior, but also changed the whole characteristic of the car. So if you push Sport here, it changes the whole dashboard to red, letting you know I'm in a very sporty mood. And if you go Comfort, this is the standard layout. And if you go to Eco Pro, it changes to blue. Now, blue in BMW's language is their identity of being eco-friendly. I like how they just, they make use of all of these spaces in the instrument cluster, and nothing is wasted here. Now, for those of you who like to be chauffeured, this is a heaven for you. Back here, there's a lot of good things. Like one of the things that I really love about the back seat of the BMW 5 Series is, in fact, they actually put an AC here, and abundance of AC because all of those big bosses, they get pretty hot back here. So you get an abundance of things here, and I'm gonna highlight this first, okay? Because you have your individual climate zone controls here, so people can the passengers on the left and on the right can actually have their own temperature set to their liking. So I love this features over here, and it has the digital panels here. They put attention to details here, and you have your lighter here, and you also have this extra compartment here to hold your smartphone if you want. And you have this compartment here that's made of leather, by the way, very, very nice, and it's retracted like that. It's not a rear seat without this. You have 2 cup holders here for your pleasure, but unfortunately it doesn't open on this particular model. I wish there's an extra compartment there just for the sake of storing stuff. And it has a privacy shade here. You can just pull up just like this, and you have another privacy shades over here, and you have your coat hanger here, or your suit hanger if you're fancy schmancy. And you also have this beautiful light over here, and this mood light, these 2 mood lights, and of course the ambient light that comes across us here. This is very beautiful. That's about the back seat of the car, but how does it drive? Well, for those of you who likes to drive on their own, let's take it for a ride.